Hello, folks. Welcome back to the Prog Hat channel. Thanks for being here. Thank you for clicking on this video. A good morning to everyone out there, to all the music lovers, fans of music. I hope you're doing well. Well, today I'm back with a video. I just watched the Let It Be on Disney, and I'll just say that I'm grateful and thankful for someone who let me watch it for free. I'm going to share my thoughts, share a few items, and a few thoughts about some other things, all Beatles related. So Prog Hat here wants to dedicate this video to all those Beatle fans out there. There's new Beatle fans up and coming. There's old Beatle fans who are still fans. Hey, they love the music of the Beatles. So let me tell you about the film. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who's talked about it. I will try not to get into so much where I make this video too long and people start clicking and turning it off, which is fine. That's good, but I really enjoyed it. I thought the sound was excellent to the movie. The picture being restored looked great. I mean, I know I say this about stuff, but it really puts you into that time and space, and like being right there while all this is being filmed. Now, at the beginning, there is an interview with Peter Jackson, who did the big Get Back. And the director, let me see if I remember his name, Michael Lindsay Hogg, so that's his name. Talk about the making of that movie, and I like what he said. He said that Let It Be was the father to the Get Back project. I like that. It was a really good interview. Few things that I really enjoy watching and seeing again is that come to mind is watching the very skillful master at guitar playing of George Harrison. I mean, he looks so cool in every part of that documentary. Let It Be is, I'll be honest, it's up there. It's like my third favorite music documentary of all time. I've always enjoyed it. Let me go back a little bit. I remember being invited years ago when I started attending college, and I was invited to go with some friends to go see a festival of the Beatle movies or something like that. And I remember they showed the Hard Day's Night, The Help, and the Let It Be all in one day. You know, it was like a weekend thing, so you know, it was many hours. I remember getting there around noonish and just watching from Hard Day's Night, then Help, and then Let It Be. It was such a great time. I'll never forget that. I had a lot of fun seeing those movies on the big screen, because I never had seen them when they originally came out or when they were released. Now, going back to seeing George Harrison just rocking it on the guitar, I love his contributions he made to the songs are just incredible. And the Beatles, even though they hadn't been touring since '66, and this was around '68, '69, I thought one thing to myself. I thought, what if they would have went out on some big late '60s tour? They had the material. They had songs from Let It Be. They were working on some of those songs became Abbey Road, and then had the White Album. What a phenomenal! I mean, it would have been a really cool set list if they would have just said, you know what, we're going to go do a tour. Can you imagine that? I mean, the response for that, to see them doing songs from Let It Be, Abbey Road, heck, they might have even thrown some earlier ones, and from the White Album, that would have been one badass tour. The song that I would have loved to see them do back then, if I was back in that period, to start off the show with one of my favorites, The one after 909, that would have been a excellent beginning song to the set list. That's just my opinion. Now, going back to things that I love in the movie, I love seeing George Harrison working on the tune with the rest of the guys. I Mean Mine. What a beautiful song. Comes from a waltz. That's one thing that the Beatles could do, is take something like a waltz or the cha-cha-cha or something and make a freaking kick-ass song. You know, that's how good they were. The creative juices were flowing. Once they got together, it was just like this fire that just kept building and building. And so I love seeing that. I love seeing that scene too, where, you know, John and Yoko do their famous waltz. It's beautiful, you know. I really enjoy that. I also love that part too, where Paul McCartney and George Harrison kind of get into it, and he says, well, I won't play nothing at all. It reminded me of me and my brother, because me and him are guitar players, and we did a lot of headbutting. My brother is, just real short, is a phenomenal guitar player. He's the Steve Vai, the Yngwie Malmsteen, the Eddie Van Halen kind of guy. And I'm more of a 3 or 4 chord progression. I'm more of the Pete Townsend. So it's like the two worlds clashing, where I'm like, I don't need a really long, extensive solo. You know what I mean? But he can do that stuff. He's great at doing that stuff. He does a lot of great work. He gifted me this a few years ago for my birthday. I said if there was only one box set that I could have of the Beatles, it was this one. And bless his heart, he sent it to me because he knows I'm a fan, and this is my favorite Beatles album. Now, going back to the movie, I love the part that the Beatles could rehash some oldies and goodies, like the song "You Really Got a Hold on Me." That would have been awesome if that song would have wound up on the Let It Be album. I'm sure it probably is. But I also like the Dig It. That song is just that keyboard, that organ, dun 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 dun. You know, it's got that cha-cha or something to it, that little dance beat. But it's a great song. What else? Some of the other scenes that I like. I like singing. Like, we get to see songs being created that were on Abbey Road, Octopus's Garden, Oh Darling, Maxwell Silverhammer. Those are great songs. So you see that the Beatles could have went on for more years. I mean, because they kept making songs, making music, you know. I always look at John Lennon, and sometimes he looks really bored or disinterested in some things that Paul is saying. But that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know the guys. But I like that. I also like the part where they're doing the song Two of Us. That is a great song. I would have been happy with either. If that wasn't an acoustic song like the way it came out, I would have been happy with it being that total rocker that they were doing, you know? That would have been great too. Heck, have the album where you have the acoustic and right behind it, the slow rocker. That would have been... At times I feel like Let It Be, when it was released, the album could have been a double album. My thought. That's just my thoughts. Another thing that I like, I don't want to lose focus here, watching them work on John Lennon's song, Don't Let Me Down. What a rocker. That song is so bluesy. And I love seeing John Lennon playing that Epiphone and wearing that coat on the rooftop. I mean, if that doesn't say rock and roll, I don't know what to tell you. I was thinking of another few other scenes that I just really enjoy seeing, but I can't think of it now. So, oh well, I'm going to keep going with the video and get to the rooftop. The rooftop concert is awesome. I really enjoyed that. My favorite thing seeing them play is, of course, the one after 909. Oh man, they just freaking rock on that song. And I mean, so much that you kind of see them stepping on those boards underneath them, and they're moving, they're shaking the house. And it's so good to see all that, even though, you know, they hadn't toured in a long time, but to see all the people still gathering and running to hear the Beatles music, I mean, that's just totally awesome. And I did enjoy seeing those girls back then with them little go-go boots running over there. That was really cute. Um, but I really like the gentleman that they they give him a little interview, and he says, "You can't beat them. They're great singers." He's right. Beatles are always bringing their A game. No matter if they were in their breakup mode or whatever, when they got together, it was fire. And like I always say in a lot of my videos about a lot of bands, they brought their A game. They were bringing some really good songs. They played that rooftop concert will just be always something that gets me emotional when I see that. I'm seeing these guys just rocking the house, bringing it. That part where looks like I forget what his name is, trying to turn off the amps, and George is like, "No, turn it on. We're rocking here." You know, and then here come the police, and I'm going to say a bad word here, and I'm like, "Fucking police. This is the Beatles. Let them fucking rock the house," you know? I'm always wondering if they didn't have to stop. I have a feeling they would have kept on playing a few more songs, but I don't know. My overall, this movie that I just saw, I'm going on because I just watched it. I really enjoy it. I'm going to give that movie, again, another 10 stars, 10 being the highest. I really enjoyed the whole thing. Now, I will get that on Blu-ray or DVD. However they're going to release it, I'm going to get it. I haven't got the Get Back one. I don't know. I was kind of disappointed about the packaging about that, but oh well, you know, I guess it is what it is. A couple of other things I want to mention that I really enjoyed was I finally picked up those 2-disc sets that were reissued. Remember these guys, the red and blue comp with the extra tracks and making it the album's a little bit longer. This one has the song I really like, Now and Then. But this one right here is my favorite comp. I just want to mention. I love that they put I Want You, Let It Be, Across the Universe. You see the connection there? I like the remixes. I know some people say, did we need a remix of I Am the Walrus? Well, I think so. I mean, so did some Beatle fans. So I really do love those discs. I listen to them quite a bit still. My favorite, like I said, is the blue comp. Now, my thoughts quickly here about the Mind Games. I usually get the double disc, and I'm content with that. Unless I really dig and say, you know what? I might get a little bit one of the other, what do you call it? The other deluxe editions. Not that real super deluxe. I don't really need all that. I'm sure the books are going to be amazing to look at and all that cool art. That would be really, really good. But, you know, sometimes those box sets, I feel like, I don't know. I'm paying for the books. One thing is I can't really afford it, to be honest, bottom line. And man, if you can get it, go for it. Enjoy it. You know, this is life. This is now. So get you that. If you can get it, get it. But usually I'm content with the 2 discs. Now, I did get this kind of the big box deluxe edition of John Lennon's Imagine album, and I really like that. It's back here somewhere, right behind Falcon back there is my John Lennon box set of Imagine. But so I'll probably get the 2-disc set. I did that for the Plastic Ono Band. I got the 2-disc set. Revolver, I got the 2-disc set. But I don't know, that Rubber Soul, whenever that comes out, that might be one where I might upgrade and get one of the bigger boxes. But you know, I'm still looking forward, and I'm hoping that we'll get that London Town, Back to the Egg. Paul McCartney's my favorite Beatle, and I just love the way he was singing that part. That was the part I love. When he says, good morning, I mean, during the I Got a Feeling, I mean, the guy's a rocker, you know? And my favorite Beatle. But that's just quickly my thoughts after just seeing the Let It Be movie. I really enjoy it. I hope you get a chance out there, folks, to watch it. I wasn't disappointed. Folks, if you like this video or any of my content, please consider subscribing. Helps the channel out. Hit that thumbs up. you want to be notified when I make videos, hit that little bell. But again, have a great weekend, and let the music you listen to be your journey. Take care, folks.